any more compliments to throw towards each other? Because I don't think I've ever heard you guys compliment each other.
No, that's it, Jack. Nice to talk to you, mate.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? You're listening to the Noizze Podcast Network, sponsored by Stereo Brain Records. You're about to listen to my interview with Jake, Nathan, Adamross and Sam of Glass Heart. Today marks the release of their new EP, Weathered, and we got a chance to talk about touring, the EP, future plans, their DIY ethos, and the amazingly important and brilliant Glass Heart family. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Noizze Podcast and at Noizze UK. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and be sure to listen wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Enjoy the episode. Welcome. I'm sat here with the lads in Glass Heart. I'm lucky enough to have Nathan, Jake, Adam, and Sam from the band, which means I have the entirety of Glass Heart in the interview virtually, which is going to be chaos because I know all of you. We'll figure it out anyway. I got you all off the back of tour as well. Did tour literally finish on Sunday for you?
2 days ago.
Yeah, it was Monday.
Yeah.
I did wonder why Jake was wearing glasses. Is that because it was that heavy, or?
No, it's because
he's just cool.
He's famous.
Sick as fuck, bro.
How was tour? I mean, I guess, Nate, if I come to you first, how was tour for you, mate?
Yeah, tour was sick. It was a real eye opener to like go across the UK and see how many fans we've made in all the different cities. I think the highlight for me was London, where we did have a power cut in the middle of our set, but we managed to do an acoustic set after, and just to hear like people in, London's the centre of the UK, so to hear anything being sung back to us as we're sort of playing was a real sort of eye opener of like how far we've come, really. So
that's like the most Glass Heart luck, if I know you guys, right?
Standard, bro.
I've known you guys since the Breathe in the Silence days, and I remember going out on a tour that was just like, do you remember that tour?
Of course, mate. Of course. Obviously.
I just remember Adam rocking up with like the worst dental problems I've ever seen. And we were like, I was like, oh guys, I don't think he should be here. Like, I really don't think he should be here.
How much?
Just sat in the back of the bus, just like ice constantly.
It was horrible.
But you seem to always have something that tries to get you down. I did see some of the footage from that show. It was really cool. It is cool when stuff like that happens. I bet that was weird though. Like, that's a bit of a nerve wracker, isn't it? Just have to shake up your set entirely.
Yeah, it was just a bit like, it just happened so suddenly, bro. It was just before the breakdown of the new song as well. Yeah. Like, literally, the millisecond before it dropped, and it just cut off. And we were just like, sick.
What are we going to do about that?
Yeah, like socket, man.
It completely killed the building. It was all Adam Ross's fault.
I heard someone dropped a beer. Was it was it one of you like?
I don't know, but like it's literally, man, there's a plug on the front of the stage. Like, there's gonna get water in there.
He's asking for trouble.
Yeah, who's asking for it?
That's just poor design.
Poor design.
Beer tokens. We got given a load of beer tokens before it, and I was like, now save these for when we finish. Then we finished, and the bar was closed. So
that was the biggest problem of the entire.
I was fuming.
Always the biggest problem on tour.
That was the biggest mistake on the tour, was we couldn't use the beer tokens at the end of the night.
But that's the worst thing that happens. That's fine. That is absolutely fine.
It was fine.
I mean, you are, we're recording this on Tuesday. This will be dropping on Friday. So technically today is release day.
Indeed.
Does that make sense? What it feels like you guys have been building to this for a while. In terms, I mean, talk me through the whole process of Weathered, because like from everything and I'll come to you. I mean, I say Adam and Sam, you can bounce off each other because you're in the same place. But in terms of like its conception and how it was made, how did it start? Because I mean, you've dropped singles, they've been kind of, there's been this cryptic artwork, it's built towards the kind of the whole picture for the EP. You've got one song left to release on it. That's going to drop on Friday with the rest of it. Was it for you, is it something, a conscious thought going in that you would kind of do it like that? Was the whole plan laid out for how it would look? Or was it something that you were just like, let's just see how it goes, and somehow it came together to look that amazing?
Yeah, I think we had the EP artwork from the start, so we knew each single was going to be a segment of the artwork to complete the final EP logo. As far as like songwriting, we wrote 2 songs after each other basically. So was there?
There's one and then 2 groups of 2, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, so Campo and Jake mainly wrote Better Off This Way. That was probably one of the older songs from the EP, to be fair, like in terms of at what point we wrote it. And then you got Always On My Mind and Anything, which were a bit of a collaboration of everyone. And then Right From the Start and Rain were the final 2 tracks then, which also were recorded at the same time. Yeah, I forgot the question.
All right. No, you've segued perfectly. I mean, talk to me about Rain, because obviously Rain's the only track that isn't released at the moment. Have you got any other plans to go along with it? Or is there anything else that's coming alongside it? And I mean, you said that was one to be recorded earlier on, but talk me through that, because it's quite different as well to what you've already released.
Yeah, so it is a bit of a slower song. It's a bit more tugging on your heartstrings kind of song. But yeah, there will be a video after the EP. We have still yet to record the video, so because we do everything ourselves.
Rain? Please tell me there's going to be rain.
Oh, man, it's expensive.
Money.
Water is expensive, to be fair. I mean, surely like you can be creative in some way.
We're going to try and maybe there won't be actual rain, but there's going to be a way that we are going to be able to emote rain in a video. So perhaps it's not actual rain, but
don't tell people that.
Think of ways around.
Stick to the rain.
There's going to be. Yeah, we've spent loads on like rain machines. So there's going to be a lot of rain.
Choose one of those.
There's too much.
Can you use one of the background effects?
Nave, have you got anything to add? Because I can see you like this close to the camera and like wanting to say all the things like, boys, you've forgotten all the things. You've forgotten all the things.
I haven't spoke for 30 seconds, so I've got something to say. No, I got nothing to add. I'm good.
I mean, I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the ethos since you've kind of, most people will probably know that you kind of left Breathing the Silence. What was it, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Shut up, is it 3 years ago? That's outrageous.
All right, we're doing 4 years, I think.
I remember us talking at the time that was a kind of like, okay, let's leave that there and let's kind of reinvigorate ourselves, refresh, just get a real kind of. And since you've done that, like the DIY kind of mentality behind you guys seems to have just like gone through the roof. Is that something that all 4 of you are now completely involved in, or who's the kind of driving force for like taking that and pushing it along?
Well, it's Smil does everything.
I believe that.
Smil does all the videos, the drive-in. He learns his.
I do merch and I make everyone laugh. That's it.
I heard you do a bit of drums. That's fine.
Easy, fella.
Call it that.
Call him out.
Dipping back. Like.
We're going a bit far, eh?
No, it's without making Smil feel smaller than he really feels. It's mainly like behind like the videos is Campo and Adam. Adam's got some ideas. Campo sticks them together, which is nice to have inside. As you said, the DIY thing is what we want to do. One, because we're skint, and 2, we have we can do it whenever and wherever we want, which is nice. Like getting locations and stuff has been quite hard, but most of our videos are done outside, which is sick, and they're all local locations. There's all wicked locations, especially when it's like sunny or whatever. But yeah, and then I can't remember the rest you said, Jack. So
before, like, just off what Jake said, like before when we were in bits, we had this like idea of what we need to be, and we need to spend loads of money on music videos and blah blah. So when we started Glass Heart, the whole concept was, right, we're just going to do this to get back in a band again and just be creative and have fun with it. And like we went the completely like opposite direction then, where we're doing all the videos ourselves, we're really experimenting with our music. And you know, as you notice with like the Glass Heart like discography, like everything is different. Like compare Perpetual Motion to like Loved and Lost, and they were released one after each other. And I just think, you know, we just like having that creative control and be able to control, you know, the train we're driving. Do you know what I mean?
Love that. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because you've kind of, if that was your mentality going into it, then somehow it's probably, I assume, hopefully, hit heights that you didn't really expect it would hit. Because, I mean, some of the streaming figures, some of the kind of places you've hit, the fact that you've gone out on this tour, the fact that you're kind of, some of the support slots that you're pulling are like places that that you guys haven't necessarily got to before. So it's almost like it's paying off completely.
Yeah, it feels like the wheels are slowly turning, but I still feel like we've got a long way to go. But yeah, this, like you said, the support slots we've had, like we've got our Hollow home in October now, which we're absolutely buzzing for. So that's going to be really good. Yeah, and then it's onwards to next year now.
Then next year we're headlining Download. So
yeah.
Wow.
And ready.
The trajectory on that is funny.
So do a rock lad.
Google ads on that.
I mean, the other part that I just want to talk about is the Glass Heart family. I mean, firstly, who came up with the idea to make the group?
I think I was all it kind of just happened in a meeting, really, didn't it? It was kind of like, how do we reach out to people, and how do we get, you know, a select number of people to constantly be updated like 24/7. Like you can like a band page, but if you go on their fan group, you're going to get other people commenting stuff, and that name Glass Heart will keep popping up because you're in different groups with everyone with the same kind of fans of, if that makes sense. I think it just came into like a meeting. We all just said, how can we make this easier for us as well, and how can we spread it a bit quicker, and that's what we said we'd do, and that's what that.
I think it was we were speaking on like you know, DMs or whatever with like people who were coming to our shows regularly, like in Cardiff, so like Lewis Feiler, Dan Austin, you know, we had like, so we just wanted to like get all of these like people together and like update them together and give them like that exclusive look into what band life is. Like we'll just post like random shit in there, as well as like give them exclusive you know, people who like who support us as like people and support like our band. We want, you know, they're special to us at the end of the day. So like we want to give them the exclusivity of, you know, being faithful to us as a band as well.
We're like friends with them all. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Meet them at, you know, the shows and stuff, and like, you know, we stayed on this tour, like people who like, you know, who were part of the family. We stayed with them for 2 nights, and like, you know, big up Ben and Autumn for having us next to, like, do you mean? So, and it was nice to actually have that experience with them as well, and just like meet new friends, and you know, that's what this game is all about. It's just meeting new people and just like having a laugh, really.
I mean, it's I will say I'm part of the Glass Heart family. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I even got the thing. I'm sure I've had a thing. I'm not sure whether it's for the page or for the group. That's been like, "Are you a top fan now? Do you want to ban?" Yeah, I know. But I mean, the group.
Actually, no merch orders come from you, Jack. It's fucking bullshit. Get a website, buy a fucking t-shirt, man. How am I supposed to afford my Piro Moretti's on tour when you're not buying tees?
Mate, they're always fucking sold out.
Oh yeah, like fuck. Like
No, but
I'm gonna
thank you
go
for being
back. I'm gonna go back to the Glass Heart family thing though, because I mean, you've talked about kind of you're still not where you'd want to be yet in some respects, but you've got some. I mean, you've talked about there being a family, and there's some diehard fans in there. Like, I'm sure there's some guys in there that have like made their own merch, and I'm sure I saw a tattoo. Have I seen a tattoo?
There's a few tattoos. Like we've
There's
even
a
had
few
people
tattoos.
fly over from Germany to come and watch us in Cardiff. So blows my mind, to be honest. But yeah, there's loads of dedicated people who like listening to our music and come along to our shows. And yeah, it's good. Like,
I think it's there's a lot of bands that I think try to do it, but it's hard to build a community. And I think what you've managed to do is to genuinely build a community, because like talking to you guys now, you get a sense of that in that group. If you don't get a chance to sit down with the four of you, you kind of get a feeling of that in the group. And I think that's probably crucial to like, I looked at like when you released what was the last video that you released where you were in London?
Right from the start.
Right from the start. Like it felt like a fan-made video, or a video for the fans almost. Was that was that something that you wanted going into that?
Yeah, like we knew, like when we were writing the song, like the lyrics right from the start, you know, is to help people, and you know, no matter like what life throws you, not to get all deep in that, but no matter what life throws you, like you've got to sit back and appreciate how far you've actually come, like if that makes sense. So you know, it's just about, we want to spread that word, because you know, most of us have suffered with, you know, some sort of like depression or anxiety at some point. I think everyone has, to be honest. I think just some people hide it better than others, but yeah, so it is a fan video. We always try and think of ways we can connect with them as well. So yeah, I thought, yeah,
I think it just looks like we're having like fun in it as well. Like it's not like very serious. Like there's like clips of like Camper and Jake both laughing like while being filmed and like waving to people and all that. I just like, yeah, that's what I like.
I like the fact that you were still playing drums back in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, it's London, mate. London.
Don't fucking start with that now. Still
London.
Oh, boys, I'm not taking my drums on tour. No, all the drums don't fit in the van, boys. No, I'll do my
Guys,
part.
I support. We're supporting. I don't need to take my drums. Fuck off.
It's fine, mate. It wasn't a criticism. There's only someone with a keen eye who's going to be able to notice that. Like myself.
Well, everyone should see it. Fuck's sake. Ruined the secret now.
I'll cut it.
We were telling fucking everyone, mate.
I'm pretty sure it was Nath that told me. I mean, I already knew. It's like the worst kept secret ever.
I'm spreading shit. I'm fucking stirring the pot.
That's why he's run back to his own house instead of sitting here.
Yeah, just fucking rinse you without having the fucking backlash.
I mean, so let's talk a little bit about Friday and beyond. So everything's ready. How are you guys feeling about Friday? I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because you've got a whole EP to drop, but it's just one track. Are you all feeling like it's kind of the end of that chapter almost, or is it? Are you going to try and do quite a lot off the back of it, and it's the start of one, if that makes sense?
That's all right.
Who wants to take it? Come on.
Go on, Jake.
Go on then, Jake.
I think it's like we're all like super excited to get it out, because we can start something fresh and start something new. As like Adam said, Better Off This Way was the first song we wrote, and I think that was like the end of 2020. It was ages ago we wrote that, and like I'm pretty sure the video we done doing some sort of lockdown on the hush hush, like we would have meant like
fucking cut this bit out.
it's like right at the end, wasn't it? It was when like
let's go.
It was when the Eat Out to Help Out shit was happening. So we'd like just done it like in a community center or whatever. But like that was ages ago, man. That was so long ago. And I think now we can kind of like get these songs out of the way, because some of them we've been sitting on for ages. So it'd be nice to kind of get rid of them and do something fresh. Maybe just write new songs. We got loads of songs in the bank, like demos and ideas, which we haven't stitched together, even looked at yet. So it'd be nice to be like, cool, this kind of chapter's going away, and now we can do something a bit more fresh, a bit different, and not worry about taking kind of risks in the songs and stuff like that now, because we don't have to compile it all in one format instead of that makes sense. But yeah,
it does make sense. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. I mean, is that where you're, because you've kind of answered a little bit, I guess, in my next question. What do you see happening next? Do you want, it sounds like you want it to be a little bit more of a kind of freeing process where you can just be as creative as you want to be, rather than with this, it probably felt like you were a bit more locked into kind of, once you'd had this idea, you wanted everything to fit almost.
Yeah, it was like, we weren't pigeonholed for this like EP. Like, it was just the fact that we knew we had to write for an EP, so we had to write 5 singles separately to fit onto one thing. Whereas now maybe we can write 5 songs that fit on one thing, and then have a couple of other songs that might sound different to that. But then we could bring it into that EP because it will be a different EP, if that makes sense. It's being able to just to kind of, you know, throw things on the floor and just pick up random pieces and stick them together. That's what I think anyway. I think it would be, and then we were in that position where we can, like, we have really light songs, we have really heavy songs, and we have some quite poppy songs, we have some quite riffy songs. It'd be cool to chuck them in together with something else or a few other things. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's right.
Not going down one road is like,
yeah,
a couple of options, a big fuck off roundabout. Like,
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Just got a bit of a stop now at the end of this, you know, and you know, the EP comes out now on the 24th. Obviously, we've done a lot of touring at the start of the year. Our next tour is in October with Hollow, and I just think it's going to be nice to have. You know, we've got a couple of shows in between, and I think it's just going to be nice to be able to experiment a bit more with not only the music itself, but like how we are going to release it. Like, you know, like holding absence between their first and second album, drop like 2 singles and then drop an album. Like, are we going to do an EP next? Are we going to do an album next? Like, it's all on the horizon. We don't really know what we're going to do until we, you know, start sitting down and putting these ideas together that Jake was on about. So watch this fucking space.
It could be anything at this point, right? I mean, you've done that. I remember you kind of, I think it was you, Nath, again, talking to me when you first started, and you were very consciously wanting to just release singles and make sure it was kind of, it was snapshots for you, which, because you talked about as well, like kind of just the cutting room floor and picking up pieces. That's kind of what you did way back on your on the first release, and then you compiled it together, didn't you? Was there?
I think that's been the blueprint since day one. Is singles. You know, if anything, you know, an opposite was a compilation of singles, whereas although, you know, the Weathered EP has been a plan from the start, it's also a collection of singles. Like, you know, we're gonna release the EP on Friday, and we're gonna do a videos of that, and we celebrate Rain, you know, in itself, sort of thing. So I don't know. I just think that's like how it works now, how the internet works with TikTok and with Instagram and stuff. Like, attention span is like so short now, so releasing like videos and singles like one after the other just seems the way that it's worked for our format, you know. And we're very fortunate to have, you know, Adamross, a very talented videographer in the band, so like to not, you know, absolutely fucking rinse him for that talent is would be stupid, really, wouldn't it? We'd be paying loads for it otherwise.
Yeah, so correct.
Take him for everything he's worth.
Absolutely.
Okay, at Adam Rossi, www.adamrossi.com.
I mean,
all your wedding.
I don't know.
If you've got a wedding, Adam Rossi. You know,
got a music video, anything at all.
Anything.
Anything.
Do you want him to crash
film?
Adam can do anything.
He can do it all. He can do it all.
Don't know what to say, really.
Just yes. Just say yes.
Being true.
I think it's the first time we've ever complimented him.
I do.
Take
Yeah,
it.
It's a lot more than everyone else does.
I mean, so music aside, then, what's your and I'll sort of start to round it off, but what's your plans for the rest of the year? I know you've got the Our Hollow Our Home tour. When's that? Was that the end of the year or was that the start of next year?
End of
October.
Lush. And
Yeah.
have you got anything in and around that's kind of that you've got in the works coming up?
It's just writing for us really between this period. Like Jake said earlier, we got tons of loads of demos or loads of ideas we want. We just need to refine what glass art is, I think, to be honest, and we're going to use this time to do that. So we got a few shows in between, but it's just to tie us over really.
Yeah,
It'll all be worth it in the end.
haven't we?
Yeah.
First of July in Merthyr. We've also got on the 6th in Manchester with Crushed by Waves, and the 28th of August as well, playing at Ollie Fest in Ross on Wye. So we've got a couple of shows coming up, plus the Hollow Tour. It's going to be good. It's going to be sick. Yeah.
Nice project. And just writing now. And then see what happens in the next couple of months.
We're gonna have to definitely do like one of these in person when you've got the next thing kind of on the horizon and in the works. And we're gonna have to do it properly, and we'll sit down and we'll kind of unpick it.
I know a good videographer who can.
I might know a guy that could film it. You know, bit of a collab. You know? You'll have to be like the guy that's like on the screen, and it'd be like, oh no, you need to go and just press record and sort the camera out.
Yeah.
You got to be back in frame within like, you know, a few seconds. Come on, man.
He's fucking used to that, mate. He's so used to it.
I bet the outtakes are just, please like drop some outtakes or something, because I bet they're just you just fucking stabbing about the place.
Any of the first 5 seconds of any of our music videos, any clip, it's just him running into frame.
And am I right, Nate, that you cut all of that? I mean, you put them all together, right? So you have the joy of like.
I have done. I have done in the past a couple of music videos, like Another Day in Loved and Lost. I did more recent stuff. Adam's edited as well. So you know, big kudos to Adam again, who is a talented boy.
Wow. Any more? I mean, we've got a couple of minutes, but any more compliments to throw towards each other? Because I don't think I've ever heard you guys compliment each other.
No, that's it, Jack. Nice to talk to you, mate.
Yeah.
I wish for the podcast that you'd gone. I wish you'd committed to that.
I got some shit in the way. I couldn't jump over it.
It would have been so good as the start kind of as the start clip. I mean, the last thing to mention then. So you've got the release show on the 1st. Naves, do you want to talk about where it is, what it is, why it is, how it is?
Who it is.
Who it is.
So we've got our EP release for the EP Weathered on the 1st of July in Field Rock Club Cardiff, and we've been supported by Your Misery, Nightlives and Delore.
Woof.
10 PM. Tickets on. Go get a fucking ticket, boys.
Where can you get a ticket?
You can get a ticket via our big cartel, which is https://shop.glass-heart.co.uk.
Fair.
Everything you said, I just for some reason couldn't get past the way you said colon. It was weird.
Shop.glass-heart.co.uk. Just go there.
We'll just go on any of our socials.
Yeah, so look on Facebook, like a normal fucking person.
I'm going to try everything I can to be there.
Cool.
And
What
I've already.
you can do is get a train and just come.
I drive, so I mean, I can drive. I have many a child, you know. I'm just
get along, man.
Just wading through that, and then I'll palm them off, and then I'll see you on the 1st. No, I'm gonna be there on the 1st, and I'm hoping we can have a photographer there as well. So hopefully we can have some snaps of the show, as well as maybe something else. But guys, we've got like a couple of minutes left, so I'm gonna round it off there. But it's been a pleasure. I feel like I haven't seen you guys. I've seen you guys at like random shows like once or twice a year. Just like, oh, hi guys, friends, and then that's been it. But it's both mad, amazing, and lovely to see you all at the same time. But let's I'll
likewise, mate.
Beer on me on the 1st, and then let's do this again soon.
100%.
All right.
Beer tokens on Jack.
I'll get the beer tokens for the boys.
People get half price in fuel anymore.
I'm pretty sure. It depends who's there at this point, right? If it's Angie, every day. If it's Rob, not a chance.
Rob's double fucking ringing the till, mate. Honest to God.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
How am I paying £8 for a fucking beaver tail? What the fuck, Rob?
It's been a pleasure. I will catch you all on the 1st. Take it easy in the meantime. I hope Friday is wicked, and
thank you, dude.
Look after yourselves. I'll see you then.
Much love. Thank you, man.
All the love.
Cheers, lads.
Thank you.